Hello everyone, my name is Notepad and on and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to be working more on Broken Crucible. We've been making pretty good progress on things. Now, I have done a little bit of work here, as you kind of see here. Here's the Ars Magica section. What is the Ars Magica section? Well, Ars Magica is something very simple. Magic exists in this world, therefore you can cast magic spells. I know, it's amazing. Effectively, there are... How do you cast magic in this system is very, very simple. I want to use magic. Now, most of the time, you're going to be using, you're going to apply your magic and do whatever you want, but first things first, you're going to choose your methodology. How do you actually cast magic? There are 4 ways to cast magic. First one is Elven Theory. Yep, you're an Elven Theorist. What does that mean? It means that you are effectively a Vancian caster. You have to prepare everything. Yes, that is what you do. You prepare all of your spells beforehand. And that is... But you get access to literally everything right off the bat. You're part of the Faithful. Faithful, you get a curated list of spells, but you really don't have to worry about anything in particular because you get, a very good smite if you want it, because these are for crusaders and such. That's the point. Then you have a Snapcaster. Snapcaster is no spells, all magic. What does this mean? It means that you can cast little magic, like cantrips, whenever the fuck you want, and all a cantrip is you saying, hey, I want to light that candle. Light the candle. Hey, I want to open the door. I open the door. It's literally any small spell that a person can reasonably accomplish. That's a cantrip. You don't have a limited number of them. Elves have a very limited number of cantrips they can cast per day. And the big thing is, as a Snapcaster, you get a bunch of different attacks with it. Because guess what? That's your fucking job. You just throw magic at the problem. And then you get Traditional Magicians. Traditional Magicians have to learn everything, but in theory, they are completely open. If you have all your correct abilities and things, you can make whatever spell you want, whenever you want. It is just a TN40 extended occult or intuition check to learn anything. This leads to the spell building system. At its core, you choose a spell here. Then you choose you can, if you want, choose a gesture. Then you can choose a glyph. What does this mean? So, I have, let's say, a beam. I want to spend 4 actions on my beam. It's going to cost me 5 mana, and this is what happens. I'm going to do 8 damage to a target in the vanguard or center position. I'm going to go, and I'm going to shoot him with a beam of energy. Cool. Roll down here. I want to apply a gesture that I know. Hey, I want to make it, let's say, I want to make it, let's see, do we got a good one? I know what I'll do. I'll do Destructo. What does this mean? That means I increase the cost by 2, I increase the number of actions by 1, and I add 3 plus momentum to the attack when determining damage. What does this mean? It means I add plus 3 damage to it whenever the fuck I feel like. And that says, oh hey, instead of doing 8 damage, that means I do 11 damage right off the bat. And I shoot you with that. Well, it does. Actually, we can even, let's make it spicy. There you go. That's you 1d6 momentum to the attack when determining damage. Damn, you get bonus damage. You're gamble coring a little bit. But yeah, you apply one of these glyphs. Some of these glyphs are repeating glyphs. What does this mean? It means that you can apply this up to 3 times. If you apply it 3 times, for empowering, for example, you increase the damage or effect of the spell by plus 3. Or you can do it once, but you have to pay the cost each time. So, we've got all that. And then you can apply a glyph. What does a glyph mean? All a glyph does is it does whatever the condition is. So let's say, for example, hey, I'm going to fire off that bolt now. I'm going bang. Oh, God. and I blast you with some magic, and you know what? I want to do Lux. I want to blind you. That's what I want to do. I add all these together, I go and I blind you with a beam of light. I deal extra damage and everything else. That's what happens. That is actually how you make a spell. Now, some of them up here, you actually have to determine the intensity of the spell. So a beam at high intensity would be right here. You'd have to spend 6 actions doing it, and you would get 12 damage. I will probably... The math here is a little bit fucky-wucky, but fucky-wucky math is what we do best, and this is what people who look at the game and tell me something's wrong fix. So that's kind of the basic premise here. Elves. Yeah. Remember, spell intends to be able to configure it there. Yep. That's kind of their... Pretty much like the Elven Theory get access to everything. You gotta remember that. They get access to all of those toys at once. They can make whatever spell they want, pretty much. The problem is they only get a very limited number of them, which is to say, they get exactly Arcana. So if they have an Arcana out of 4, they have 4 spells they can cast that day. They cannot cast any more, they cannot cast any less. What does that mean, though? Let's say I have a spell that is like Magic Missile. If you have a spell that is Magic Missile, a Shield, a Heal, and a... I don't fucking know, you give Curse to someone. You can cast those spells however many times you want, up to whatever your mana is that day. You go to bed, you can change them up, but you can't change it beforehand. That's the gimmick. I think Elven Theory would probably be the most common. Faithful is very good if you are playing a very, very certain kind of character. Because of this. Smite is effectively the fuck you, I can augment my things, because Blast can be augmented by glyphs. Yep. Glyphs can actually augment your blasts and things. So if you want to put something on your glyph, your blast, you can do it. Snapcasters just don't really have to interact with most of the system. That's their Ars Technica, though, way of magic. No, way of technology. Ars Technica is going to be a little bit weird. I know the idea of what I want to have happen here, but doing that is a lot easier said than done. Oh yeah, I don't need you. Oh gee. Oh jeez. Hello, chat. I am pissed. Hello, engineer. Why are you pissed? Why is everyone mad? Don't be mad. Be glad. But yeah, no, the basic premise behind Ars Technica. Here's the basic premise is like magic is open-ended. You can do whatever you want with magic at the end of the day. Technology is limited, but it's always going to do whatever you want it to do. That's the secret there. If you cast a magic missile, everyone's magic missile is technically different. That's annoying. Cousin Dan over there is casting a different magic missile than Billy Bob over there. I lost a writing contest for low readability when it scored an 87 on Grammarly and lost to a story that was missing words. Live in the dream, my man. Live in the dream. Grammarly can be a little bit inconsistent at times. That's one of the reasons I stopped using it. Is Grammarly will tell you things that don't feel right sometimes, and you're like, what? That's not quite what I was going for. Nanny? Though I've also learned that You want to read it yourself? Sup, Notepad, what are we doing today? We're going to go through the market today. We're going to be writing items. Because we love writing items. Want to read it? I mean, it's not anything saucy, I assume. You're not reading anything saucy. You're not being a sussy baka. What am I even fucking saying anymore, man? Fucking cooked. Ah, there we go. Just silly horrors. Fun fact, I had a, oh boy, equipment chapter, my favorite. Yes, exactly. That's such a weird Horus impression. I've never heard him say saucy baka. But, yeah, no, kind of the idea behind Ars Technica. I'll give you the idea. Technology is very active and very all over the place because there was a bunch of things that happened on this world. Chiron decided to... Chiron, the ultimate... The literal guy who became a god and got mind domination powers and mind slaved a bunch of fucking space people to teach him how to make laser guns. He made a bunch of stuff that were weird, and then when they finally defeated him after a century of warfare, the world, the planet of Eris is kind of filled with weird tech now. The idea behind the Ars Technica thing is that all technology obeys three very simple premises. The first idea, the most important one, is that technology does one thing. Does one thing. You are not going to have there are very few multi-tools that do everything. If you have a screwdriver, it is going to screw things. You can use it to do other things, but that's its purpose. Technology does one thing. 2, technology must be powered. Now, for the stellar races, this is very easy. You have E-chips. For everyone else, this is a lot more complicated. Because you don't have batteries. And 3, technology is hard to use. What does that mean? It means that unless you know what the fuck you're doing, any kind of piece of tech is like, what's this going to do? I don't know what this is going to do when I press this button. Because it's one of those things, like, imagine going back in time to, 800, England, and handing a peasant a fucking iPhone. Like, okay, do this. They would be like, what the fuck is this? This doesn't make any goddamn sense. What? They would probably throw it because they don't know what it is. Why do you have this black glass? Nope. Oh no. Oh no! In my world, it's kind of the same thing. The same, not gonna lie. But yeah, no, I've been doing stuff like that. Like, okay, basic premises here. I've also realized that, well, there's a problem. I couldn't find a good way of, like, effectively, how do I... The basic idea that I was having a problem with is how do you get cool stuff for people to use? All right, what do you mean by that though? It's just like, oh well, you go into a dungeon. Not like that. I mean, how do you make it? Do I just have to write out a billion gizmos to? And I'm like, no, I know what I can do. I'm a genius because I've got a big brain and or a tumor inside my mind at this point. And what I need to do, and this is the horrifying reality that I realized far too late, is that I need to write a chart for it. I need to write a huge, massive super chart of tech. I need to write a huge super chart of tech gizmos. What does this mean? This means that I need to write like a 3D 12 chart full of different options of just rolling on the chart. And once you roll on the chart, you get like, oh, it's a box that's useful and it's powered by this, but you can only be activated in the sun. What does this mean? It means that you have literally an overland map. That you bring out this box, a map of the area around you is shown. You're like, awesome. This is my cool gizmo. Most people on Eris can only use one of these at a time. If you have any kind of technology training, if you are one of the stellar races, for example, if you're one of the stellar races, you can use multiple of them at once. That's the main advantage, is that you can use multiple of these at once. So it's like, okay, I've got a jetpack, but I've also got a, cube that tells me, exactly where I'm going, and I've got a completely different thing, for example, like a laser sword or something. I can have all of these three things on at once. Well, someone from the planet can have one. And it will turn on at random. That's one of the justifications why this world is stuck in medieval stasis. Because there really is no reason for you to advance when you have the ability to say a wizard did it. The premise of a wizard did it is a very powerful reason to maintain the beautiful status quo in a lot of fantasy settings, by the way. Oh man, why doesn't this fantasy setting have guns or something? Because fucking wizards. That was actually one of the larger things we were talking about with the previous game we were working on, Plinka effect. And how technology gets weird when you start introducing people who have superpowers. And that's kind of the point. But we're working on market. Today's item day, everyone. And item day is fun. Because item day means we have to worry about 8 billion different things. We love market day. Yay, everyone cheer for market day. Yay. Hip hip hooray, it's market day. Market day is always hard. You always know you're going to have to do it. Writing a TRP. You always know that you are going to have to do market day at least once. And anytime you do market day, it is going to be the most painful thing in the world. Unless, this is an important one, unless you are doing a game that has barely any items, and then life gets really easy. God help you if you're doing an item game, though, where you have 5 billion of the fuckers. You're like, oh god. Oh no. So, let's see. How do I want to start this section? Well, let's see. Let's see. Attain godhood and cells and echelons. They are still servants to the highest power. The market. The market. Hey. Let's see. When starters seek to attain godhood and find themselves among the highest echelons, they are still servants to the highest power, the market. As the striders move about Eris and complete quests. Move about Eris, completing quests and slaying foes. It's inevitable. Buy some new gear. Axe. Hey, what you cooking? How to deal with La technology? Yeah, effectively, I am going to write it's going to be a super chart. It's just going to be a super chart. The extreme option would be the 4D12 chart. To give you an idea of how many that would technically be, If I go to any dice, the number of things I would need to write with a 4d12 chart is a little bit scary because you look at that as a 48. Now that 48 means a lot. 48 means 48 times 4. That would be 192 options of potential. See, I would need to debate on like what's the best way of making one of these charts. Like, how would you go about doing that? Because I want to have like a big random chart because big random charts are fun, and I think it's going to really help with this when it's kind of like, you know, the yeah, things like this is just like, oh hey, it's a sphere. It's used for navigation. It's using activation. It's voice activated. It's voice activated, and it's oddity. It's colorful, something like that. Like, yeah, you roll 3s across the board. It's a sphere used for navigation, and it's activated by voice. Like, that's just something that's there. What does this mean? It's a giant, colorful sphere that does something. I don't know what it does. That's the point. Jarvis, twist his nuts. But we're working on markets today. Yeah, we're working on the power of money. Let's see. Inevitably, they'll need the sell some of their loot or buy some new gear for their packs. Each Strider. Each Strider may carry a number of items and equal to their might core plus backpack size. Let's see. Yeah, items in their pack equal to their might core plus backpack size. Highest power. You can carry a number of items equal to backpack. So we do. Actually, you know what? Project Inchling. Tell me more, give me my backpacks. This is where I got really weird with backpacks. Like, this is the one that I got. Was it in the redo of it? It had to be. Inchling, Project Inchling. Endless wandering in a world of misery, despair, and poverty. Armor, shield, gears, and spot. No, where was the back? What was the backpack game? Wasn't Samada. Where was my backpack off? No. There was a game I got really over detailed about backpacks for some reason. I don't know why I got as detailed with backpacks as I did. There was just a lot of different kinds of them. Oh, zombies and ziggurats. This is zombies and ziggurats. Deeper creation down at the depths. Yeah, bags and track. There we go. Bags and packs, baby. Bags and packs, baby. Okay, so. Mm. We're not worrying about like size or like initiative bonuses or anything here. I'm okay with that. We're not going to worry about that too much. We're just going to be so we do this, we do this one. Do so we want to find classic rucksack. We're going to do like 5 stuff in there. We have a full backpack, which you can stuff 10 things in. You adventure chest, which is going 15. The break back was going to be 8. That we don't. That. Elven Glade pack. For the Pilgrim's pack, we do Argo Runner's a big one. Silver Ranker. Sure. Let's see. Jangle bag. Else, nope. That. So, rucksack. Common rucksack found almost anywhere. Add one. Common rucksack found almost everywhere. Mm. 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 Popular among dwarves. Let's see. That'd be fun. Voice activated means elves have easier time to activate stuff like that. Since they understand space lingo, having coast humans and some tech you say was made by super duper fantasy Hitler. It's the thing is, I'm not even like. I'm kind of doing the thing they did with Kairos in Tyranny when it comes to Chiron. There's a reason the names are the exact same. Because Chiron, no one knows who the fuck Chiron was. They just refer to them as Chiron. We don't know if it was a he or a she or anything. We just know that Chiron did something, and then Chiron did all these things. They don't even know if they were a human. They don't even know if they were from Eris. The only thing that people feel relatively confident about is that whoever the fuck they were got a really nasty ability, and that was very bad. Yeah, but like things like voice activated, like yeah, it's voice activated. Elves can activate that shit pretty easily. Anyone from space can activate it pretty easily. Let's see. They're packing equal to the might plus backpack size. In addition, Strider has. Let's see, indigenous. Those objects, any set of objects of their choice. It's always faster to grab an item. Let's see. It's always faster to grab an item from their belt than it is to grab it from their backpack. And it is technically faster. So, actually, each strider will take a negative from each. Let's see. Mm. Okay, so how do we want to do this? First things first, let's start with gear. Actually, no. No. So, Terrence operates on the gold standard. Gold standard. Let's see, backed by the Imperial Treasury. Though, is that gold coins are minted in a variety of places. Gold coins are minted in a variety of places due to the variety of places and passed out among those royal among the various nation states. If this was a more advanced economy, it could be said that hyperinflation forgery is but since gold is gold to the regions, no one seems to care all that much. And also doesn't help now. Once every few years, let's see, extract wealth from the global economy. Yeah, let's see, extract wealth from the global economy to. Let's. Let's see, make a decoration. There we go. Why hasn't the economy collapsed? Because literally space people regulate the economy. Gonna be making decorations for the 5 stations or various electronics. There we go. Why hasn't the global economy collapsed? Because space people. Alex Jones' real nightmare. So, bags and packs. First things first, we need to establish bags and packs. Let's see. Fluctuate. Prices begin to increase or outright be regulated to a barter economy. Gold doesn't mean anything when. Yeah, gold doesn't really at a certain point. So, gear and supplies, bags and packs, easy enough to understand. We want bags and we want packs. So, what other gear do we want? So, let's start with, yeah, okay. So, bags and packs. Why don't we start with vibes? Let's start with vial. We're going to start with medical gear because we start with medical gear. This. Eat that column. Select all of you. Extend you out like mwah. Ooh, doo-wop, boo-wop. Do that. Okie dokie. I forgot all of you are insane. Really gotta stop doing. Okay, we want to do here. We want to select all of you. All of them. Select. Okay, so. Potions, Eris. You. Normal text. Railway. 1, 2. Select all of you. Railway. 1, 2. 8. The Skeksis. Yeah, effectively. That's how you gotta think about it. Like, if there's ever like a, oh man, there's something horribly evil going on and space people's fault, it's probably the Skeksis. Like, it is most likely the Skeksis. So we just need, very hyper efficient. Going to do. Actually, you know what? Let's Final Fantasy items. Usable items. Let's see. We want to do Final Fantasy. We want to do items. Loot Final Fantasy 12. Do Final Fantasy. Let's see. Let's do Final Fantasy 4. Items. 4. Item. Oop. Let's just get items down. Let's just Let's not worry about cost right now. We just want to get potions and items. Don't need. What we want to do. Let's see. We want to do. Elixir of body. So we need we don't need either elixir of mind. What we can do instead is we follow the same idea. We do a mana potion. Mana potions restore 1d12 mana points. 1d12 mana. Restore 1d12 mana. Then we have a mana tonic, or 2d12 plus 5 mana. And then we have a mana elixir. What does a mana elixir do? It restores d12 plus 10 mana. Don't need this anymore. Nice, we don't need you two. The Euphoria bottle, we're going to keep that in there. The herbal medicine. Let's see, we want to remove a condition, actually. Want to remove a condition. So we just remove a condition. That's all we do. We remove. Actually, remove an ale. If we want to be real, do we want to be really specific when it comes to the ale? We're doing this. Let's just get rid of the ones that we don't need. Don't need the light blue vial anymore. Here's recover one wound. Feet innards. Go. Orange vial. We don't. Orange vial. Bodily. We don't need that. We don't need the poison. Your body. We don't need the mind. The purple vial. We don't really. Purple vial. Raptor milk. Don't need one for raptor milk. We don't need root tea or white vial right now. Worm juice. Worm juice. Add a worm juice supplement meal for it. Go. So, totally not hard boost. Only basics of like debuffs besides healing and mana regeneration or potions with like more special, like an invisibility potion. Little bit of A, little bit of B. I want them to do things, if that makes sense. I want them to feel like, I want people to feel happy when they get a potion and not, man, I got a fucking potion. I'm very bad about that. So, let's see. So we just got we've got our basic potion. Do we want to be specific about our potions? That is a very specific idea. Mm. Oh, what? No. So, a flame. Don't really. I should. Potions and tinctures. Yeah. We do that. Let's see. Okay, so we don't need a flame rip. We don't need much. Blind. From blind ailment. You. Fury. Muddled ailment and muddled ailment. Rose. Recover from actually feebled and sick ailment. Gain the sick ailment. Delete row. White potion. Recover from the poisoned ailment. Ichor liquid. Actually, no, we do blue ichor. Blue ichor. Recover from the slow ailments. Then we hit the columns to the right and send you like. So potions and tinctures. Column with 1. Column with 1. Cost 0.4. 0.4. 0.4. Description 1.8. 1.9. 9. That's a little small. Okay, so let's do 1.7. Do 1.7. Select all of you. We go shrink. There we go. Okay, that's not. You're already at points. Unless we put you here like that, and then everything's Gucci. Cool. So let's just add in. So. Mm, 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 Immortal. Courtesan wine. So invisibility potion. Invisible for 30 minutes. Holy water. Gain the faith. Gain the faith condition. Off evil spirits. Courtesan. Courtesan wine. There we go. Recover from the flamed ale. So if we do 2 down, actually, that would insanity. Put you down. Put you up. That gives us a little bit more room to play with. Let's see, actually. So we gain the immortal condition. Effectively, immortal means that you just are able to tank 1 blow. That's all you do. You tank 1 blow. Let's see. Remedy. All ailments and conditions. Let's see. What's some other... What would be some other, actually? Save some space. Let's save some space here. Potions and tinctures of Eris. So we got 2 more items. What do you think we should add, everyone? Exploding star considered 1 blow? Can I just nuke? It's the idea of the immortal condition has always been the hey, you are going to die horribly. However, counter. These are all potions. These are all things that you can put on your side, that you can put on your belt and drink effectively. I want to random potion generator. Random potion. Give me a random potion. Random potion. Random potion. Let's see. Oh, Minotaur spit and okay, so now what we get to do is we get to select all of this. We get to go down here. Then we hit this. We hit sort table. Actually, no, we have to in this table header row, sort table ascending. Have it die a little on the inside. Get rid of all of you. So this is where things started getting a little bit hectic. So what you here? You here. Go down by 2. We select 2. There we go, and that means we get rid of all of you. And that select all of you. Ooh, go down here. Select elixir. Put the mana there. And then we've gained space because welcome to the wonderful world of potion tables. I love tables. Why would I use the Euphoria Pop bottle? Polymorph, Maya's touch. The question is, you should not be asking yourself, why would I want to use the Euphoria bottle? And you have to think about it, who do I want to use the Euphoria bottle? That's the secret. Blue Ichor. Let's go down to the health potion. The health potion I want to be worth 20. That means you are going to be worth 35, and that would be, you would be worth, 60. There we go. 60, 20, 60, 20, 35, but we want to dump you up by 20. And so you would be worth that. It is harder to get your mana back than it is to get your health back. Okay, easy enough to understand. Euphoria bottle, it's worth 10. Blue Ichor, remove the slow ailment. We'll say that's going to be worth 15. Courtesan's wine, gain the haste condition. We'll say 20. Element fire until the end of round. We'll say that's 10. We'll say that's 5, actually. That's liquor, baby. Remove the blind ailment. 15. Actually, yeah, 15. Recover from the enfeebled and sick ailment. 20. Gain the immortal condition. 30. Actually, we'll say 5. Remove the poison ailment. 2. Holy water. Ward off evil spirits. 10. Become invisible for 30 minutes. 60. Minotaur spit. Minotaur spit. 60. Orange liquor. Recover from pale. This was going to be worth 90. Phoenix soup. 1,000. Phoenix tears. 500. Sanity pills. Sanity pills are going to be worth 35. Actually, 37. Ultra Remedy, remove all ailment conditions, 250. Water, 1. White Potion, 5. It's going to be worth 15. Worm Juice, cause hallucinations. Worm Juice is pretty cheap. Supplement a meal for a day. It's going to be worth 5. There we go. Potions and Tinctures of Eris. Oh, 1 spot each. Okay, so let's go to medical supplies. We really need medical supplies. I don't think we need the slave market either. I do not believe we need that. Let's go to world a little bit. Yeah, why I don't need slaves. We're not doing an isekai. This is not an isekai fantasy. Actually, you know what I should do? Hollow Bastion, Hollow Bastion, Hollowed Bastion, Okay, so actually, what we should do is Health Stem. So we got a Health Stem. 12 plus 10. Need the haste condition. Condition. We want to take Guardian. In the Guardian condition, adrenaline shot. Cover all mana. There we go. No, all health, no sleep. Remove all conditions. Actually, Mm. Mm. The confused, fear, muddled, and insane condition. Mm. 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 Skexy potion. Mm. 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 Oh. And that Mando wine. See, okay, here you go. Here's what we can do. You know, what's potions you to tell the truth. See, if we want that. Mm. There we go. Skexy potion. Black label. Agonizing death over 13 hours. There we go. The Skexy hands you a potion. What do? See, it's one of those things where if you are playing a person from the Stellarch races, you damn well know you do not accept a drink from a Skexy. You do not accept that drink unless you know it is a gray label. If you know it's a gray label, then you can drink it all you want. You're going to strip balls for about a week, but you're going to do it. White label? Not good, no. Black label? No. If you're from the planet, though, you genuinely do not know. You could get anything. Friendly Skexy is not existent. That's one of the things, is like a friendly Skexy is a Strider. Because that is a Skexy who is trying to revolt against drink immunity, then go for it. What doesn't kill me, make me stronger. Effectively, you take it, you know, it's one of those things, you take that, if you can survive that, you're going to be doing fine. It's hard, but it's not like you can't die. Mind you, hope to God. Can you be healed from the agonizing death one? Yes, you can. If you are on planet, you can be brought back to life. Don't forget that. You can be brought back a certain number of times. You are just going to be in agonizing pain for 13 hours. And there's even an item up here. For 1,000 coins, you can restore a character from death. I have a Strider from death. It's a Phoenix soup. Think of more. Yeah, hey, kill me. Yeah, but here's the thing. Do you trust your friends? That's the ultimate question, especially as you get later on. Do you really trust these people? Who knows? Yeah, so you guys think of something. I need to go to the bathroom. Alright, gamers, you better come up with some good ideas. What do we got for me? We need 2 more items. 2 more exciting space age items. Let's see. Is there anything else? Yeah, you gotta remember, this is all space potions. Welcome to space potions. Let's think. I mean, there's gotta be. What do you have in Bray's New World? All American, all powerful and affordable healthcare in a pill. Guess we can. Let's take a look at Nero. Mm. 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 What do we got in here? City blocks off the beat. Go down to the medication. Mm. Mm. Actually, you know what we can do? Add in. We can add in the Notepad Classic. Mm. 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 No. Lazarium has shown up in multiple works at this point. There's a part of me that, see, I've got the idea. Let's actually. See, I've gotten the idea when I finally do the notepad, like super duper Fed Boy adventure setting. I was just going to make it like, yeah, Lazarium is one of those things that just exists across all realities. We don't know why. So we legitimately do not know why this happens. It just does. Because that was going to be the entire idea of Notepad add-ons Fed Boy Adventures. Everything is in a bottle. Okay, there we go. Hollow Bastion. Okay, so we've got all of that. So now we need item, which brings me to Brave New World. We don't need medical items. We're going to do adventurer kits. That's all. Images. Let's see. Implements. Now, this is a question. Do we want something like this? Like, do we want to have the idea of you have a bunch of random items, effectively? Or, I mean, I guess we can go to, Fear and Hunger, Solace and Sominum. Solace and Sominum. Solace in Sominum. Let's see. Tags, consumable throw, equipment. Let's in. That one had a lot of items. One game I had an absurd amount of items in for no seemingly good reason. There was just a lot of them. Always Alona. Exciting a lot of Alona. No. Let's do notepads random. Bazinga. We're Bazinga maxing today. Brave New World has goofy art. Yeah, Brave New World does have goofy art. I might go back and double check some of it. That was kind of the point, was that it's supposed to be kind of some silly goofy stuff. God, who has... God, what game actually has a pretty good like item list of steel? Honestly, this entire game has just been a grab bag of different shit. The amount of shit that I've just taken from other games and just kind of like integrated into this one is truly absurd. Like, there's just a lot of stuff there. I mean, if we're going to do... Actually, you know what? No, Zombies and Ziggurats would have a lot. Zombies and Ziggurats would have a lot. Zombies and zigguratos. Don't need to worry about Eru. Actually, no. Slots. This would be slots now, and then we change this to philosopher. We grab all of you. This. All of you, normal text like that. Center you 1, 2. Let's just find random shit that we need. Cost gold. Gold! I love gold! Let's see. Simple. So, unless we don't do that, and we use adventuring kits instead. Because if we use adventuring kits, the idea behind adventuring kits change a little bit. Because it is wrong thing. We want to do railway. Acquisition kit full of unless we add in a to the left. This would be slots. So acquisition of lockpick full of other valuable tools for acquiring goods. We'll say this takes up 3 slots and costs 60. It costs 45, 50. Camping, 10. Tents, bedrolls, even said like for those who aren't prepared for cyphering. What do you mean it's another hotel? Slots, pretty easy. Tents, bedrolls, and even a set of blankets. Exploring, always handy a few scraps now. It's good to rope, torches, tick that. Forget this handy crowbar. This handy crowbar. Slots 360. And that's very. Guys, So maybe this trader just wants to look good doing it. So this is going to be take up 2 slots. It's going to be 40. The lawman kit. Let's get rid of you, musician. Kit is the gateway to the soul. This is going to cost us 40. Toolkit. That's going to cost 5 slots. It's going to be 7. Going to be worth 80. Soldier kit. Man who feels described a hostile. Never quite what's needed. This is going to be 7. This is going to be 5. This is also it's going to be 90. So the concept of an adventuring kit is rather than having actual gear, you just have a kit of what you need. I don't have bolt cutters. No, you have the acquisitions kit that has bolt cutters you want in it. Now, the idea of the adventuring kit is to make things a lot easier. However, people may not like that very much. That's understandable. Usually I'm trying to think of like we're going for Final Fantasy. We're going for something a little bit more fantastical. Well, I don't want people getting bogged down. I want when people go to the market, I want them to be bogged down buying potions and tinctures and shit like that. I want them to be bogged down doing this, and when they do get a bigger backpack, it is an accomplishment. Cool, I can now stick in more random shit I could possibly use. That's cool, we like that. Mm. 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 As we're in tune for the wayward traveler, always filled with necessary. Not to get horribly lost in the woods. Slots. This is 4, and it's going to be worth 50. Let's see. What other things could we possibly want? You are a person going on an adventure. What do you want in your pack? What do you wish that you could be prepared to have? Actually, I guess we can do. We can do a sorcerer pack. Mm. 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 Going to be it's going to be small, but it's going to be expensive. Magician. What's a sorcerer? That's just full of stuff for wizards. Let's think. If you want to be a rogue, that's easy. Fighter doesn't really need to worry about too much stuff. What would a fighter have? Let's think. Actually, mm. 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 This is just going to be very heavy, relatively speaking. You don't got that much room. Okay. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What other gear is out there we would want for our wayward hero? I want you all to know that my friends have been playing Factorio for 7 hours straight now. 7 hours straight. I swear it is an autism vortex. Let's think of traditional fantasy classes. I want to go to a traditional fantasy class. Fantasy character classes. Bard, Black Magician, Paladin, White Mage, Fighters, okay, the Knight, Bliss Bucklers, Dark Knight, Barbarian. Oh, I mean, we can do that. Sailor. Mm. 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 Swashbuckle and swashbuckle merrily. This is going to be 5. It's going to be relative. 550. Let's think. Corsair, a pirate. Corsair is a pirate. Yeah, exactly. Okay, pirate, sailor. I want you to be like, I don't want to be like, this is the pirate kit. Be like, you're all evil. Like, no, I'm just like, okay, yeah, it's sailor. You're a sailor. Let's see. Cavalier, skirmisher, a hero. I guess we can do. Mm. 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 Give their own rugged way. Life, it's very cheap, relatively speaking, but it's a bunch of gear that a person in the middle of what would be someone, you know, adventuring, what would a barbarian have on them? And that's kind of the thing, is it's like, it's not very expensive. It's a 3-2. Like, it's 320. It's not difficult to do it, but what would a barbarian be holding around with? A diplomat? Actually, no, that's a good one. Envoy. Mm. 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 So this is going to be fairly heavy, but it's going to be expensive. Oh yeah, that's the most expensive kit so far outside the sorcerer, but yeah, looking good is hard. Wander. Yeah, Wander kind of cover. There's a few things that Wander could have. Let's. I mean, there's gotta be. Mm. Mm. Bard, we got the monk, we got sage, alchemists, gunslingers, scholars. Actually, we can do scholars, which would be mm. 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 Yo. Means nothing if a learned traveler is not using it. Let's. Venturing kit. Back to you. We hit this, we hit this. Adventuring kits are good. Adventuring kits, we're getting a lot there because effectively what you can do in this situation, I'm playing a rogue character. Cool, you're playing a rogue, you have an acquisitions kit and a disguise kit. Later on, you acquire a ranger's kit. You acquire, you know, another thing. This is going to be pretty expensive, and it's going to be relatively expensive, but not so much, just heavy. There's a lot of recording equipment. Mm. 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 Instead, we'll invest in invest in adventuring kits. Adventuring kits. Each adventuring kit. And they kit has various supplies, goods, and resources that they may use when needed. When the Strider, if the Strider does not have an appropriate kit, if the Strider does not have an appropriate kit, then they may spend an insight core. They may sign an insight core to receive an item. Taking up 1 to 4 slots instead. They still see, it does not have the appropriate kit, then they do not then unless they buy it personally. So it's like, I think like a good example of this, my idea here would be like, as a scholar would have books and such that might be useful to the situation. However, if books, and you might have something useful there. On the other hand, hey, as a clanner, if you want to buy an eyeglass, clanners wouldn't normally have eyeglasses. They wouldn't have a spyglass. So instead, you can buy a spyglass for like 10 gold or whatever, and just have it. That would be like an item in your inventory now. But if you had the exploring pack, which is a lot more, you would have a spyglass. You could say, "Can I have a spyglass?" Actually, purchasing and adventuring. Take note of who and where they are buying it. Buying it from a coastal, a managed settlement, deep in the deserts. Deep in the deserts, filled with rich jewels, and finery will have a much different appearance of their camping kit, than a Mao camp, than a Mao operating best, pawning off some of their supplies. That's kind of the idea. Like, hey, I've got a camping kit. What does a camping kit really mean? A camping kit means you have everything you need to survive in the woods pretty well. I've got a camping kit from fucking space people. I might have like a weird little personal tent I can climb into. If I get it from dwarves, it's going to look a lot different than if I get it from, a bunch of like desert dwellers or something like that. That's kind of the idea. Let's see. Actually, that cook's not a bad one. We got a cook. A chef. Chefs are not bad. We got any other fun classes here? Pyromaniac, cook, plague doctor. A doctor in general. A doctor. Doctor, I need assistance. I'm bleeding to death. Let's think. What's some other things that people would have on? I could probably add some more. Oh, let's see. ladle, spoons, and forks. Expensive doctors. Sewing needles, some bandages, some. Doctor stuff is not a lot of slots. It's just very expensive, relatively speaking. I healed the man who will kill you. Yeah, things like, if you are a doctor and you're like, do I have a bone saw? And the answer is yeah, you have a bone saw. You want to hack someone's leg off, go for it. I can't stop you. It's like, I physically cannot stop you. Hooray! The Bratty Toaster Diaz. Let's see, is there anything else? Probably some good ideas somewhere in. Oh god, thank you very much. Thank you, Rosina. Thank you for following. Thank you. Okay, so we've got done with adventuring kits now. So adventuring kits are done. That means we go on to, I'm gonna do some miscellaneous. I'm gonna, I can put it in the miscellaneous items category. What are the miscellaneous items? These are items without a good home, like just miscellaneous. This miscellaneous gear that like doesn't really come in any other capacity, it does not have a good home. It is there because it needs to be there, though. Venturing kits are at 12. At 12. Here we go. Bingo, bingo. Bingo, bango. I don't want to leave the Congo on a no. Luckily, what I can do... God. Oh god, I'm sneezing. I am sneezing. Yeah. Oh god. How are you doing? I'm doing. Hey, what's poppin'? We're doing good. It's just it's working time. It's the welcome to item list day. The worst part of the day. Item list day is always a fun time because it's just like, all right, time to write 8 billion pieces of gear now. Oh, time to write 8 billion things. And it's like, oh god, you never feel like you're doing it quite right. Here we go. And okay, so generally speaking, get rid of you. Blood rations. We're going to be that around. We don't that. You, Fry bar, 120, fine clothes, 160, holy book. Holy book, holy, let's do 520, holy symbol, God's holy symbol, weight, costs about 6. Iron rations, we don't need to worry about iron rations, that's not a thing here. Lanterns, Oil is cheap. That. Or Oregon crate. We don't need to worry about the Oregon crate. We don't need to worry about the rations of Hack, we don't. Solid piece of rope, maybe to hang yourself. Let's see, the Skin Bible. We don't need to worry about the Skin Bible. Talisman, written Monopoly. Like, do. Oh. I still coming in? Okay, I'm still coming in here. Okay. I'm gonna hit this. Okay, we're good. We're Gucci, everyone. I don't know what happened there. I think I broke something. Yeah, I think I broke something. Let's see. 2 tinderbox, 2 torch, 1. A reliable torch. Torch bugs, 850. Vial set, some glass vials, 250. Water flask, 64 drams of water. We don't need to worry about that. Eris, and then whoop. Jumper supplies from the Hollow Bastion. Slots. So, the jumper supplies from the Hollow Bastion. Here. So, we have the compad. Portable communication. Portable communication. Lifeline to the Hollow Bastion. To the Hollow Bastion. Hollow Bastion. Other jumpers, and serve as passport for. Let's see. Portable communication device done to activate jumpers. Lifeline to the Hollow Bastion. Other jumpers and serve as a passport for. On planet bases. Takes no slots and technically doesn't cost anything because you can't buy one. How long have you been streaming? I've been streaming 4 or 5 years now. Far too long. I'm an old bastard. There are emotes. Actually, I do art for gamers and streamers, like VTuber model, logo, banner, overlay, emotes, animation. Would you like to see some of my... Bruh, you're not even trying anymore, man. Bro, come on. Hit me with the fuck... Do this shit better. Come on, Rosina. This is not hard. You want to cold call someone, fucking cold call someone. Don't do any of this bullshit. What the fuck are you even thinking right now? Okay. Let's roll back a little bit. What are you offering to? What are you actually offering? What are you really doing? You're not offering really anything. You're like, how are you? How long have you been doing this? What the fuck is that? That doesn't mean anything. You're not doing anything. You gotta become part of the community, and then you can start offering things like that. All this is you cold calling. This is the most annoying thing you could physically do. And I don't think you quite understand that because you might be a bot, and you know what happens with bots? I find them annoying. And you know what? It's like, I can try to be like a nice guy, and I try to be a good person for all these things, but it's very difficult sometimes. So no, I don't want any of your mediocre art, because it's usually going to be the exact same shit every time. it's really impressive how I always ask to see what is your portfolio. What is your portfolio? I want to see it. Because every time I see the portfolio, it is the exact same shit every time. Like, I was getting to the point of, like, this has to be like a bot ring. It's actually very impressive. Like, if I could find it, I would. Like, there was this, like, this is just what it is. Listen, I'm not a bot, okay? I totally understand. Don't get me wrong. They're not a bot. You can't cold call like this, Rosina. Rosina, I can admire the hustle. That's the thing. I can admire the hustle, Rosina. But you gotta learn the hustle better. We have all attended here. Hustlenomics. I am a literal I am a one of you, my friend. I am a one of you. Well, I don't even have that. We have emotes. We have all these horrible things. I'm okay with my current statute. It's fine. And you go in, you gotta know, you cold call, and I'm gonna call you a dumbass, because that's just the way that it is. We all lose, we all win. It is that way sometimes. Yeah. Okay, so, jumper, supplies, what else do we here? Broken Crucible. Hello, bro. Well, we need to go down to competence, the adventuring pack. We need to go here. Compad E. Actually, we're going to talk about E-chips later. We want to do... Actually, hazardous environment survival suit. Temperatures and radiation slots. This takes up 8 slots. This is a Hess suit. That's only Rosina, you did it wrong again. Rosina, you baboon, you've done it wrong again. You don't act like you're trying to be a nice person and then immediately go back it again. Because, like, what's happening there is that I'm seeing that you're being what we like to call a irredeemable dumbass. I think that's it. Especially now. See, the problem is, Rosina, is that now I've clicked on your profile and I've seen that your account was created 7 hours ago. Ooh, 7 hours ago. That's a little bit weird. That's a little bit strange, even. A little bit peculiar. Because you know what that's telling me, Rosina? That's telling me that you got banned before. Oh, that means that you've been banned before, and that's also telling me, because I can't, if I click on your little thing here, because I can see here, this is going to be a little fun. Rosina doesn't have anything. Kind of very clearly see this is a non-entity. My guess would be that Rosina was either banned or she had never had an account before. And because Rosina has never been banned or had an account before, she's probably been cold calling people before. Especially with this name here. Let's do a little bit of do. What if I just type this in? Nothing pops up. What happens if I do Rosina that pop up anywhere else? Rosina Official, Rosina Sakaya, Rosina Crucible. I don't think you're any of these. Ooh, Rosina, something's wrong. You're doing something a little bit hinky-dinky here, hinky-dinky. Especially because you didn't link your Twitter at all. That's what it is so fascinating to me, is when people do that. So here's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to do the, spam, scams, or bots. I gotta do everything right. I hit next, so this is clearly a scam. Like, this is clearly a scam. Like, this is, please tell us more. They were cold calling art comms from a 7-hour old account, the usual. You know what? It's fine. I believe in an open way of doing things. So I'm gonna say it up here. Should we kill Rosina, everyone? Should we shoot Rosina? I'm thinking that we should, but I want your all opinion on this. I think we believe in a democratic way of life here. We've got one for Cock the Hammer, so that's already one. All right, I mean, I'll leave it up all to you guys, all 4 of you in this little chat. Do Kangaroo Court, Death for Berry Boy. Let's see, what other suits do we have? What other space? I want to do space stuff. Bud. Well, that's this. Okay, Death for Berry Boy, it seems. Goodbye, Berry Boy. You tried your best. Berry Boy, how does it keep happening? Yes, hello. Hello, Spartan. We're doing that. We're just trying to find... It's finding tables and to put it in other tables, to put in other tables, to put in other tables. It is, as they say, pain. You can probably put in some other fun and exciting gear here. Let's see. We don't need the broken crucible. Technically, I should put it. So Mata, I guess we go on to weapons. Oh, yeah, I guess we'd be going on to weapons. So, we've got all our gears and supplies right here, and that means we go immediately over here, and we hit weapons. We're gonna start with weapons. This has been 2 hours getting here. Robot knee clamming. Clam. It's clam o'clock. You want to want to clam with me? That sounds inappropriate in states. That sounds illegal in multiple states and probably at least one country. I misspelled claim. It's clam. Fuck. Anywho, All right, so. Oh, I should. Let's see. The weapon is the most important tool in the Strider's arsenal. A sacred, sacred thing that. Keeps him alive on the dangerous. Keeps him alive on Eris. Keeps him alive on Eris. The weapon is their weapon may be different, different and strange. Let's see. Each weapon is unique. Each weapon is unique to the Strider. Not technically, but in a spiritual sense. Not technically, but in a spiritual sense. They are just as much. They are just as. Both will be covered in blood by the end of this journey. There we go. A little bit more of a philosophical stance, but that we right here. We want to do the horizontal line. No, I don't think. Line. So each weapon has. Let's see. Each weapon has different variables to determine its use in the field, and abilities in the hands of the Strider. The hands of the Strider. Each weapon has a damage value. Damage value, or DAM, DMG. Each weapon. Let's see. Each weapon has its damage value, or DMG. This reflects the damage the Strider would do if they successfully hit with their weapon, adding additional damage for the successes. Adding additional damage for extra successes they may have scored. Let's see. So actually, at the end of the day, a weapon has a damage value, it has a range value, it has a tag, obviously, it has a handiness. So how many hands does it need to actually be used? I guess we could put in a skill, like a training thing. Do you think we should put in like a training thing? Like, you need a minimum of this many dice to use this? Faction 40k translating OPR to 40k parlance. Oh, geez. But yeah, it's... Should you have a melee weapons you have melee weapons art of 4, you can use a weapon that is 4 or greater. Anything more, you're going to take a hindrance. Like, you're taking an active... There's an active problem. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. So... Let's see, successes they scored. Most weapons deal physical damage. Magic, unlike magic that deals magic damage. That deals magic damage. Special weapons may deal magic damage. May deal magic damage. Special weapons may deal magic damage instead of physical damage. Physical damage if they are enchanted, or the Strider has a condition. The weapons training indicates the amount of melee weapon. Let's see. Melee weapon. The minimum melee weapons arts. Melee weapon arts required to use the weapon effectively. If the Strider has equal to or greater melee weapon art, weapons arts, they are able to one wielding awkward. May only require one, but a heavy greatsword would require two. If the Strider is using a two-handed weapon, in one hand, they take a -2 hindrance. They reduce their melee weapon art by -3. You don't lose successes, you lose dice. That is really bad. But if they are two hands, they increase their melee weapon arts by +1d. They increase their melee weapons arts by +. Effectively, if you were using a one-handed weapon in two hands, you have a little bit more control over it. It's a little bit easier for you to do things. Easy enough to understand. Finally, there are tags. Tags represent special natures and abilities that the weapon possesses. Special natures. These may give minor bonuses. Or penalties, or change the entire nature of the weapon. Change weapon. Ranged weapon. Such as guns and bows, have a range of either short or long. Short range weapons may be used in the center position, while long range weapons be rearward or center position. Short range weapons take no penalty to being weapons. Or attempting to fire. It's kind of the idea, like people with long range weapons don't want to be up front. People with short range weapons want to be somewhat upfront, but not too far upfront, because they usually, if you are using a ranged weapon, you probably don't want to be in melee combat to begin with, kind of thing. That you are already suffering a problem. So we want to do 2. We're going to do 3 right off the bat. I believe we need 5. So we're going to do. You are going to start off as 12. You're going to be 12, and you're going to be our melee weapon. Basic melee weapon. We love melee weapons. One, we want the name of the weapon. Name of the weapon. We want our damage. We want our damage. We want our damage. We want training. We want hands. And then finally, tag. Handiness. This. Handiness. Philosopher, we put. Feel like I'm missing something. What if bayonet? A witch hunter, like a witch hunter pistol, that would be a pistol would be a close range weapon. That's kind of the idea. You can use it in Vanguard without any problem. You just probably you don't want to be doing that all the time. If you are using like a bayonet, you wouldn't be attacking with a bayonet. You would be attacking with a knife attached to your weapon. That's kind of the idea there. You aren't attacking with the gun. It's not a ranged combat art. You'd be using your melee combat arts for that. So then we put you here. After training, we put a right in this ranged weapons. Ranged weapons. So let's now do the fun and exciting part where I look around and try to figure out what weapons do. So we can just add in this. We can, in fact, just do this. When in doubt, why don't I just copy and fucking paste? What are you gonna do about it, kings? What are you gonna fucking do about it? We can do that. You think so, everyone? Just copy and paste? To anyway. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to select all of this. Now, you may be thinking, Notepad, why does the other one look as different as it does? And the reason why is because there's a lot. Samada has a very different combat system than this game. And that's why Samada needs a lot more going on. Because it has a very different combat system, we have to differently. So, not me that. We do you, then we hit railway, then we hit 8. So, let's think about this real fast. We're just going to be going down through weapons. Tell me if I'm missing anything. These are melee weapons. Now, mind you, we are in a vaguely medieval world. That is the thing. We are medieval to, you can kind of argue, into Renaissance. So just bear with me. Battle axe, broadsword, cudgel, curved blade, dagger, great axe, great sword, hand axe, javelin, kabuto. I forgot. Kabuton. Oh, it's one of these things. Kabato. The Kabato do. What does the Kabato do? The Kabato is a blunt weapon that does a. Oh, it's I know what it. not that. It's a toe. So, mm, mm, uh, mm, that's mace, small, pike, short sword, sickle, sword. Short or long. Okay. What weapons do you think we're missing? Let's just think. I'm seeing a rapier, everyone. We want a rapier. Alright, rapiers are fun. What other kind of weapons are we thinking about? What do we think that we want to see? Golden dog. Saber. Okay, do I not have a saber in there? I guess curved blade would be it. But actually we can do we can do it. Yeah, we can do a saber. We can do a saber. A saber. S-stock. Oh man, we're getting really specific with the S-stocks. Let's see. Chakram. Size. Golden dog. That's just a spear. Chakram is fun. Chakram would be a ranged weapon. Oh, actually, I guess we could do let's think. Like war axe, single-handed axe is always welcome in my mind. Why not have a war axe? Technically, have this. Like the. I guess we could actually. We could probably change that. Let's think. We want to make a. These are for fantasy heroes doing fantasy things in a vaguely fantasy world. So. Actually, I mean, if we're doing that, I mean, we do a war axe right out here. Falchion, Kriegmesser. Let's see. Sword breaker. Let's see. Let's think. Gotta be. I mean, we've got the broadsword. We've got our traditional short sword and things like that. We don't need to worry about that sword cane. Ukri. What are we missing? What are we missing? I feel like I don't want to go like too specific. Here's the thing. I don't want to go like super duper specific because I still want people to feel like, oh, this is my weapon. Hey, this is my thing. Actually, I'm gonna add Falchion. Falchion's. So to give you an idea, if we go to 150, this is 125. This is currently everything. So battle axes, broadswords, cudgels, curved blades, daggers, great axe, great sword, hand axe, javelin, etsuba, mace, maul, pike, short sword, sickle sword, spear, long, short, pretty much a long spear, short spear, war spear, staff, rapier, saber, war axe, and now a falchion. I'm missing no, that's a lot. I mean, technically, we can get a little bit wonky about it. We can get a little goof. I am allowing everyone to get a little goof, just a little goofy. Not too goofy, just a little goof. I should say Resian melee weapons. So we want to do What's the term I use? Chicken chopper. Comically large spoon guitars. Everyone likes a good guitar. Everyone likes a good gauntlet. Bars. A flail. We can add a flail in. Everyone likes flails. We're all flail kings in here, aren't we, everyone? We're all flail. You know, we're all flailing a little bit. Let's see what else. Steel and the steel chair. Fuck's a hyper blade. Behold, the Buster Sword, a hyper blade. This is you have a comically oversized weapon kind of thing. Like this is not feasible for normal people. More like hyper gay. I guess we can do a sword, like a sword. We can do a scimitar. Everyone. That's not a blade. That's a hunk of metal. See, fun fact, in good old-fashioned Dungeon Delvers, DOS Redux, I literally have a weapon called Hunk of Steel, which is a hyper weapon that is like registered as a sword but deals blunt damage. That's the entire joke. Then we do stellar melee weapons. Let's see. So first things first, let's hit that button. We'll sort row, and let's think if we want to do training. If we assume that 3 is like competent in like 3 is considered to be like you know how to not kill yourself with a weapon. Like this is a you know that you are an actual trained individual. Battle axe 3, cudgel 1. Actually, cudgel 0. Everyone can use a cudgel. Curved blade, that's pretty difficult. Dagger, I'd say that's a 1. Falchion, that's a 4. Flail, that's a 4. Gauntlets, 2. Great axe, we'll put that at 4. Great sword, 4. Hand axe, we'll say that's a 1 to not kill yourself with. Hyper blade, 7. Javelin, we'll say it's a solid like 3. Guitar, we'll say that's a solid like 5, a little bit here. What do I? 3. Maul. Pike. Pikes are pretty easy. Rapier is a little bit more complicated. Rope sword is going to be another one of those bigger ones. Gonna be a 5. Sabers. 4. Short sword 2. Sickle 2. Sickle sword 4. Long spear. So like short spear would be like 1. A war spear would be like 3, and a long spear would be 2. Staff is 0. Everyone can use a staff. Tetsubo, that would be like, and war axe would be. There we go. But that would be the, roughly speaking, if 3 is like the cutoff point of like else, according I have a 4 in training. Yes, that is a lot. Yeah, we have a guitar. Bill Hook, yes. Flail 5. Bill Hook. Yeah, people look at it, people want fantasy adventures and they're like, yeah, fucking Bill Hooks. Yeah, I want a Bill Hook in my cool fantasy adventure. What the fuck, guys? Come on. You don't want don't you want a hyper sword? Don't you want to be cool? Don't you want a Dieclave? You don't want a Dieclave, everybody. You want to get one of them hyper swords? Probably no one knows what the fuck a Dieclave is that I've said it. Oh jeez, I'm becoming old. Becoming an old man. No one knows what Dieclaves are anymore. Back in my day, everyone knew what a Dieclave was, and we all got mad at people about it. So Battle Axe. Let's say 7, 6, 6. Cudgel would do 3. No, we need 8, 5. No, that's gonna do. Daggers. Falchion does about 6. You do 10. You do 8. Flail does 8. Gauntlet does 2, but there's a gimmick with the gauntlet. Gauntlet's gonna do 1 damage, but again, there's a gimmick with the gauntlet. Great Axe is a big, heavy axe. It's gonna do 12. Great Sword 15. Hand Axe. Hand Axe is gonna do. Hyper Blade is 15. 15 damage. It's a big fucking sword. The Javelin's going to do 4 damage. It's going to do 5 damage. 3 damage. Completely forgot about action. That's actually a pretty big. That's actually a pretty big deal. I forgot. Oopsie doopsie. Let's see. Actually, rating. Actually, I could take a swing with this. So, Battle Axe is going to be 2, Broadsword is going to be 2, Cudgel is going to be 1, Curved Blade is going to be 1, Dagger is going to be 1, Falchion's going to be 1, Flail's going to be 3, Gauntlets is going to be, Falchion's going to be. Why is the Curved Blade? Wow, the Curved Blade's really good, and we should use it for everything. Wowzers, yes, because it is good. Sell. Cost, right? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, me, oh my, oh me. Gun sword, bill hook there. Yeah. So let's let me see. Gun sword, they existed too. It's only cool because the gun bardish combination of the myth is using a gun rest. Let's see. Let's see. Put poleaxe or halberd. Technically, I thought we had a halberd. Where's my halberd? So again, anything that's like a blunt weapon is doing less damage because it's going to get a tag called stagger, in which any excess damage does not actually do additional damage. All stagger does is reduce the amount of initiative you have. It doesn't need to do a lot of damage. They don't do a lot of damage. The thing is that you're going to initiative crash and then beat someone to death really hard with it. Like the idea with like here's my thing when it comes to like axes and swords. I usually have the raw amount of damage a sword does. It's bigger. However, something like a great axe has shit like pierce. That's its usual gimmick. Hey, you have armor 6? Cool, you're only going to do 8 damage. You get hit with this though, and they have armor 6. You know, it's like, oh, you're only going to do 8 damage here. You have armor 6, you're going to do 12 damage because you have full pierce. You go through their armor. That's my usual gimmick there with axes. Against a completely unarmored opponent, a great sword is usually, you know, a sword's going to be usually better for you in the long run. Let's see. I'm going to do like 4 damage. Maul's going to do like 7 damage. Not going to be a lot, but again, stagger damage. Pike. Pike's alright. We do Pike does 8 damage with the gimmick being that's going to have range. Rapier is going to do a little bit of damage, but it's going to get some bonuses there. The rope sword's going to do a little bit more damage than the rapier because the rope sword's a gimmick. The saber is going to do not very much damage, but it's going to have a bunch of bonuses for offhanding because we love being an offhand king. If you want to be that asshole with 2 weapons in hand, the saber is your friend. That's short sword. We're going to make the short sword only a 3. Sickle is only going to be 2. These 2 are very simple weapons. The sickle sword's going to be 5. Yeah, it's my usual dichotomy is axes. You always have 4 weapons, 2 fists and 2 feet. Oh god. Spear long is going to do a little bit more damage. Is going to do that. Short spear is going to do a little bit less damage. The war spear is going to do the most amount of damage. Staff is not going to do that much damage, but it is actually it's going to do 1 damage, but it's considered a blunt weapon. Tetsubos are going to do. Tetsubos are going to have kind of the best of both worlds when it comes to like all that like balls and stuff. It's going to have like a lot of. It's going to do decent damage across the board. Why? Because I fucking love Tetsubos. Legitimately, that is the secret. I like Tetsubos. I think they are such a funny fucking weapon to exist in this beautiful world of ours. It is just a... What do you have? Big stick with metal. I'm like, fuck yes. I am totally in. Let's see. War Axe. Let's do the War Axe do 9. Actually, it's going to do 7, and there's going to be a very specific reason why. The bill hook. Bill hook is going to do... Let's do 8 damage, and the halberd's going to do 10 damage. This is going to be 2. Halberd's going to be 4, though. It's a bit more complicated to use. So, actions. 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Great axe is going to be 3. Great sword's going to be 3 actions to use it. And action 1. Hyperblade is going to be 4 actions. It's going to be 5 actions. 4 actions to... Actually, no, it's going to be 5 actions to use the Hyperblade, but it's going to hit anything and it's going to be 1 action to use the Javelin, 1 action to use bars, 2 actions to use... Yeah. Nice. Actions. That pike is 3 actions. 1 short sword, 1 sickle, 1 sickle, 2 spear, 1, 2. Actually, it's going to do something like yes. Staff is going to be pretty slow, all things considering. Tetsubo is going to be pretty slow. The War Axe, it takes 2. It's going to go for 1. This is like your dedicated melee. Like, I want to do, like, a battle axe is kind of your hybrid weapon. You can do a lot of different things with it. War axe is very much a back you to death. 3 actions help 4 actions because it's a big fucking weapon. Battle axe, it's going to be 1/2, because you can two-hand it. The broadsword is going to be 1/2. I should this and axe. Cudgel is 1, curved blade is going to be 1, dagger is going to be 1, falchion 1. 1, 2, 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. Let me switch weapon. Staff does not do the same. Okay. We'll bump it up to 2. It is your traditional stick weapon. That's kind of the thing. It is a stick weapon. Tags. Battle axe is going to get pierce. We're going to say it's going to get pierce 3. Broadsword. It's going to get pierce 3, and it's going to be switch. So it's not going to. You're going to get pierce. Actually, you don't get that. You just get switch. Cudgel gets stagger damage. Gets stagger. Curved blade gets Curved blade is going to get paired. Dagger is going to get sealed. Because high to that. Falchion's not going to get anything, I don't think. I don't think the falchion needs anything to be. Falchion is just a nice, reliable weapon. Actually, no, we can get it pierce 2. We can give it pierce 2. It's kind of a nice hybrid weapon. It's not going to do. It's going to be anyone's favorite weapon. It's going to be someone's like go-to weapon. I guess actually we can give it dual. Lail, we can give it awkward and we give it awkward, pierce 4, and stagger. Like, the flail is a fucking nightmare if you actually get some hits with it. Right. This 6. This does nothing because it's that. 2. It has pierce 1. The hyperblade. Okay, the hyperblade is awkward. 1. It is gory. It does stagger damage. It does stagger damage. Yeah. It's a heavy fucking weapon. The javelin, you can throw this thing. You can throw the javelin. Actually, dagger. Concealable and throw that you can throw it for it. Effectively, if you throw it, you do your full. You would do your full damage as it. Let's say, but it just counts as a short range. That's the gimmick. Guitars do. Let's do gory. We do gory into combo, because combo is going to be if you put a bunch of these together, you get a bonus or something. Oh fuck. Mace stagger, because we love stagger damage. What is this? Small stagger. Stagger damage. Pikes are pretty awful. Actually, no, we can do, stagger. You know, long, gory rapier. We can do paired. This would be paired. Rope sword. This would be paired as well. Actually, awkward. We do awkward paired. You can't really use it inside. Saber can be paired. Short sword is not going to be paired though. That's kind of the idea with paired, is that if you use it with another weapon, you get there is an inherent advantage. Pierce 8. Good chop. Let's see, Pierce 8. Let's bump you up just a bit. Let's bump these two up just a smidge. Because that brings us to Sickle Sword. The Sickle Sword actually is... Sickle Sword is... this has... The rapier, we can do, make that elegant weapon. At the point of the elegant weapon. Short spear. Short spear is your basic weapon. Everyone can use that. That's like I'm hiding behind a shield, poking forward, hoping for the best kind of thing. War spear is going to be, well, it's going to be long. You know, it's going to be long and... Okay, let's do long and gore. Staff. Staff does stagger damage. That's the staff's gimmick. It does stagger. Tetsubo does stagger. It does stagger and... It does stagger. Max. 3... 2. This is a nice weapon. The build. Bill Hook does Pierce 2 and has long. We can do Pierce 3 and has long, which brings us to the Halberd, which does Pierce 5 and has long. It is just a more expensive and less cost efficient. You spend 6 actions, you can get 2 attacks in with the Bill Hook. You can only get 1 in with the Halberd. There we go. It's not perfect, but it'll do for now. It's like kind of the ideal of concealable. The kind of the idea of concealable is that you can hide it on your person and someone, unless they are searching you, will not see it. That's kind of the idea of, like, you can put a dagger, it's a dagger in your boot kind of thing. No one's gonna look for it. No one's gonna know it's there. It's not like a sword, like a scabbard on your side. It's not like a giant sword on your back. That's kind of the ideal concealable. Hence why, like the sickle sword and the sickle itself, it's easy to hide a sickle, and the sickle sword is supposed to be like a very thin sword, effectively. Those are relatively easy to hide on your person. Contrasting, like, a couple of these other ones. Like, the idea with paired is that you want to pair it with another weapon as like an offhand weapon. Okay, so we do this. We're not going to do prices yet. God, it's 10-4. Shit. 10-50. Oh gosh. Okay, we're going to do the stellar melee. We're going to do the stellar melee weapons right now. I'm going to work on the rest because I need to have food. We'll do sword. Mm. Mm. Let's think. Mm. 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 Pierce X. Yeah, you just pierce through it. That's the secret. You just don't just ignore arm. Let's think. Mm, 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 mm. Let's think. Let's mm. What would be another space weapon? It's large, but that's we and it's over 4 feet long and 30 pounds. Tuba. Mm, mm, mm. There we go. Yeah. We're going to then select all of this, and we're going to go down here. We're going to hit this, and we're going to do a region ranged weapons. We're going to do raining, and then shrink this down, and we need to put this here. Ooh. Put E right here, and change. You organize all of this. Independent. Westport Independent. There we go. Put you at 0.8. Tags. We can make sure we don't have much room for tags, but we don't need to worry about things too much. We know we're going to put the chakram on here because we like chakram, because chakrams are fun. This. You. This. Two. Go. All right. This is what we like. Cuckoo ka-choo-choo, everyone. We've got a couple things to worry about, and I'm going to do items a lot. Welcome to the wonderful world of doing a shit ton of items. I'm going to call it here. If I'm not feeling confident, we might do something on Sunday night. Depends on how I'm feeling. I'm going to have dinner now. I'm away.